Poor Sam Blakeman struggled to hold back tears at the end of the latest episode of the ITV soap, feeling like a shadow of his former self following a particularly harrowing encounter with sex offender Megan Walsh. In an effort to hide her misdeeds, Megan chose a particularly cruel method to manipulate the teenager, taking pleasure in dismantling his confidence so that he might be discredited if he ever accused her. The wealthy high school instructor, as fans are aware, is grooming student Will Driscoll, who has been psychologically manipulated into believing their connection is genuine. Since Megan first appeared on the famous street, she has fooled nearly everyone, with the Driscoll family often praising her for her supposed guidance of Will. Sam, however, quickly realized what was truly happening after overhearing a private discussion between Will and Megan, which spurred him to look deeper. Closer scrutiny only strengthened his suspicion that his worst fears were correct, prompting him to confront Will, who immediately tried to mislead him. As Will became friends with Sam at Megan's request, she adopted the role of the harsh enforcer, undermining him at every turn. From removing his coursework from Daniel Osborne's marking pile to ensure he received a low grade to planting doubts about his abilities. This manipulation was most visible on Friday when Megan taunted Sam while his family watched, completely unaware of the distress he was facing. Determined to gather proof of Megan's abuse, Sam set up a camera in the flat she shares with Leon Battersby, hoping to capture incriminating footage. After collecting his phone from his father, he reviewed the recordings but was shocked to find a staged conversation in which Megan coached Will to dismiss his small crush on her. Megan had anticipated his attempt. When Sam returned to retrieve the camera, he was stunned to discover it gone. Megan had taken it. She gloated over thwarting his efforts and cruelly labeled Sam a pervert for spying on her and Leanne. Sam tried to retaliate, insisting she was the true pervert, but Megan refused to relent, warning he could end up on the sex offender registry at just 14. Hearing her menacing words, Sam retreated, sitting alone in Victoria Garden as he struggled to make sense of her twisted accusations and feared for what lay ahead. Concerned, Nick Tilsley approached, hoping to support his troubled son. But Sam dismissed him as clueless, convinced no one could intervene. This is exactly what Megan wants him to believe, that he is at fault and that his life would be ruined if he spoke out. Will Megan eventually face justice and have her crimes revealed? If so, will her exploitation and bullying of Sam also come to light? Or has she successfully covered all her tracks? Viewers of Coronation Street have shared a united opinion about Carl Webster as speculation grows over a looming murder storyline. The character only made his on-screen debut in Weatherfield last year despite having been referenced by name in the past. At first, Carl was believed to be the child of Bill and Elaine Webster, born while the couple were living in Germany. However, when Carl was 9, Bill left Germany and headed back to Weatherfield after Elaine's affair came to light. It has since been revealed that Bill and Elaine were not Carl's biological parents at all. Instead, Debbie Webster disclosed that she is his real mother, not his half-sister, as he had always been told. Carl uncovered the truth while confessing his involvement in the car that led to the death of Vicer Billy Mayhew. At the time of the crash, he had heartlessly dragged Debbie from the passenger seat into the driver's position to make it appear that she had been behind the wheel, allowing her to shoulder the blame. Debbie had already admitted to dangerous driving and causing Billy's death in an attempt to shield her son. But once Carl learned she was his mother, he swiftly turned against her, leaving both her husband Ronnie and her brother Kevin devastated. During Wednesday's February 18th episode, Debbie confirmed to Ronnie and Kevin that Carl was telling the truth about her being his biological mom. In Thursday's February 20th installment, Ronnie and Kevin forced Carl to accompany them to the police station, pressuring him to admit he had framed Debbie. Rather than confessing, Carl informed DC Kit Green that he wished to file a complaint against Ronnie for assault. Ultimately, Kit determined there was insufficient evidence to charge or arrest anyone involved and relayed that decision to Ronnie and Kevin. Meanwhile, Carl began a relationship with newcomer Jod Ramsey, who confided that they were alike and both harbored resentment toward their families for past wrongs. As the drama unfolded, fans once again voiced their anger at Carl's actions. Debbie, who received a dementia diagnosis last year, has already started serving her prison sentence. Despite their frustration with the character, Many viewers praised actor Jonathan Howard for his compelling portrayal of the scheming villain. Commenting on Carl and Jod's storyline, one fan applauded the performance, stating that the hatred directed at Carl proves the actor is doing his job effectively. Others echoed the sentiment, describing him as a talented performer and applauding both actors for convincingly playing characters audiences love to despise. It was also confirmed that scenes airing in April when the previously teased death will shake the cobbles were previewed during Monday's February 16th episode. The flash-forward depicted a shaken and distressed Betsy Swain recounting to detectives how she discovered the body of someone she knew. Wearing formal attire, she revealed she had been attending the wedding of her mother, Lisa Swain and Carla Connor, and was on her way into town to continue celebrating when she stumbled upon the corpse. When the storyline shifted back to the present, viewers began to piece together how the actions of 5 individuals could culminate in one of their deaths 2 months later. Alongside Carl, Megan Walsh, Theo Silverton, Maggie Driscoll, and Jod have all emerged as possible victims in the forthcoming murder plot, each seemingly carrying motives that could place them in deadly danger. Fans of Coronation Street have shared their excitement after a familiar face confirmed she is heading back to the cobbles months after viewers called for her to be made a permanent cast member. Officer Jess Haywood, portrayed by Donnie Bailey, first appeared in 2017 as the mentor to the late Craig Tinker when he began his journey with the local police force. Since then, she has made occasional appearances in Weatherfield, most recently last summer when residents gathered to pay tribute to Craig following his tragic death while on duty. Viewers watched as Craig's fate unfolded after he was meant to gain experience with C, but instead found himself sidelined by his mentor, DC Kit Green. Feeling unsupported and unsettled by Kit's distant attitude, Craig turned to DS Lisa Swain for guidance. Lisa encouraged him to prove his doubters wrong and assured him he could confide in her if problems continued. Sadly, Craig's decision to return to wearing his uniform later led to devastating consequences, as he was ultimately killed by Mick Malice. After an intimate funeral service, where only Kirk Sutherland from the Cobbles was present at the insistence of Beth Tinker, a larger memorial gathering was later organized for friends, colleagues, and neighbors to properly honor the late character's life. Among those who attended to pay their respects was Jess Haywood, whose appearance did not go unnoticed by viewers. At the time, many fans took to social media to call on bosses at Coronation Street to promote her to a permanent role, suggesting she would be a strong addition alongside DS Lisa Swain and DC Kit Green. Now, actress Donnie Bailey has thrilled supporters by confirming that she has returned to filming on the legendary Weatherfield set. Sharing the news with her followers, she uploaded a collection of behind-scenes photographs to Instagram, giving fans a glimpse of her back on the famous cobbles. One image captured her standing proudly outside the iconic Rover's Return Inn, while another showed her suited up in Jess's recognizable police uniform, hinting at more dramatic scenes to come. In the caption accompanying the post, Donna spoke warmly about her appreciation for the opportunity, describing how grateful she feels to spend time on what she called her favorite street, playing a character she clearly holds close to her heart. She also teased that viewers can look forward to compelling and engaging moments featuring Jess in upcoming episodes on ITV. Her updates sparked an enthusiastic wave of responses from fans, many of whom expressed hope that this latest stint signals a longer-term return rather than another brief appearance. Admirers were quick to compliment her acting skills, recalling her strong performances not only on Corrie but also in Doctors. Overall, the reaction was overwhelmingly positive, with countless viewers simply delighted to see her stepping back onto the cobbles once again. Coronation Street airs on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and is also available to stream via ITVX and YouTube.